Every morning on the orbiting academy of Vale Prime, the young Seraphian cadet Araloon walked the same silver corridor, its mirrors reflecting her slender frame and iridescent wings. She kept those wings folded tightly, trembling, as though fear alone could make them smaller. Every morning, they were waiting. Three towering Drakthar juveniles, scaled, horned, armored even in adolescence, lounged near the observation bay. Their laughter rumbled like gravel in deep water. And when Araloon passed, they rose. "Careful, Featherling," hissed Zorak, the largest. "Wouldn't want those paper wings to snag on something." Before she could step away, Zorak's clawed hand darted out and seized a wing. Araloon cried out, a thin, sharp sound, and the others laughed. It happened again and again. Folds twisted, feathers torn, bones bruised. Morning after morning until pain became routine and humiliation became a second skin. Araloon had no allies among her own species here. Seraphians rarely left their sky world, and those who did kept to themselves. On this alien station she belonged to no circle, no tribe, and that, more than claws or fists, is what made her small. But all things, stars, empires, hearts, can shift on a single axis, a witness. That witness appeared on the 23rd morning. She was human. A slight copper-haired girl leaning against the viewport railing, a screen in her hand and boredom in her eyes. She was not imposing. She wore no armor, carried no weapon, and possessed no visible augmentations. She looked, at first glance, entirely unremarkable. Her name was Mira Calder. Araloon didn't notice her at first. She noticed only the familiar moment. Zorak stepping forward, claws flexing, shadow falling over her. Then Araloon felt it. The yank, the agony, the sickening crack. Her knees hit the floor. Zorak laughed. The other Drakthar joined in. And Mira? Mira sighed, tucked her screen away and pushed off the railing. "Hey," she said, voice level, almost conversational. "Is this an educational institution or a prehistoric petting zoo?" The laughter stopped. Zorak turned, nostrils flaring. "Human. Walk away." Mira approached instead. "Here's the thing," she said calmly. "Where I come from, hitting someone smaller than you is a fast way to lose teeth. But maybe that's not a concept you scale lizards understand. The Drakthar were physically stronger, genetically engineered, and bred for combat academies. Humans were, by comparison, fragile bags of water with soft bones." Zorak grinned. "You challenge us?" Mira shrugged. "Not really. More like I'm giving you a lecture in biomechanics." "What biomechanics?" "This one." She moved. The first hit was a palm heel strike to Zorak's chin. Precise, sharp, upward. The second, a pivoting elbow to his throat. The third, a sweep kick that leveraged her entire body weight against one of his thick, digitigrade legs. He fell like a felled tree. Hard. His companions blinked, dumbfounded. Humans were known for diplomacy, innovation, adaptability. They were not known for dropping Drakthar teenagers with 3 blows. Mira rolled her shoulders. "Anyone else need tutoring?" the second bully charged. Mira sidestepped, caught his arm, and used his own momentum to throw him into the corridor wall. He slid down it, whimpering. The third hesitated, then lunged anyway. Mira ducked, grabbed the base of his horn crest, and slammed his head into her knee with clinical efficiency. All 3 Drakthar collapsed in groaning heaps. Mira exhaled. That's that. Araloon stared, stunned, clutching her injured wing. Humans were soft. Humans were fragile. Humans were kind, compassionate, diplomatic. But humans, she realized for the first time, were also something else, terrifyingly brave. Mira finally turned to her. "Hey, you okay?" Araloon struggled to breathe through the pain. Why did you intervene?" Mira knelt beside her, examining the wing gently, so gently that Araloon almost cried at the contrast. "Because no one else did," she answered simply. Araloon blinked. "But they were stronger." Mira snorted. "Strength is not the ability to break things. It's the refusal to let things stay broken. She helped Heirloom stand, supporting her carefully. That morning, the station's security drones eventually arrived, summoned by noise complaints. But the scene that puzzled them most was not the bruised Drakthar or the trembling Seraphian. It was the human girl, leaning casually against the wall, reviewing her homework as though nothing of significance had happened. In the weeks that followed, Heirloom found herself walking with Mira each morning. Not because she needed protection, though the bullies vanished the moment they spotted the human, but because Mira treated her like a person, rather than a fragile ornament. Heirloom learned that humans were strange creatures. Mira ate spicy food that would burn a Seraphian throat raw. She used Earth idioms that made no sense. She laughed loudly, spoke boldly, and possessed a reckless optimism that bordered on delusion. But humans also learned, deeply, quickly, fiercely. And they bonded the same way stars formed, under pressure. One day, Heirloom asked, "Why did you come to this academy? Humans already have their own." "Not good enough," Mira replied, swinging her legs off a railing. "Humanity grows by standing next to giants. That's why we came into the galaxy. Not to rule it, not to survive in it, to become better because of it." Heirloom considered that. Seraphians seek only perfection. "Perfection is boring," Mira said. "Improvement? That's messy. That's fun." Heirloom smiled, a small, feather-soft thing she hadn't felt in a long time. 6 months later, during the Academy's joint combat evaluations, something remarkable happened. Heirloom spread her wings, fully, strongly, proudly. New feathers gleamed like liquid silver. The fractures had healed long ago. But confidence? That had taken longer. Mira stood beside her, grinning. Ready to show them what a paper-winged featherling can do, Heirloom lifted her chin. "I am more than ready." When the simulation began, Heirloom launched herself into the air. Her wings beat with powerful rhythm, carrying her high above the arena. Energy darts streaked past as she dove, twisted, and soared with breathtaking precision. Her flight was not timid. It was triumphant. Mira fought below, strategic, fierce, unyielding. The two moved like parts of the same machine. Sky and ground, speed and strength, grace and brutality. The simulation ended in record time. For the first time since she'd arrived, Heirloom heard applause. And for the first time in her life, she believed she deserved it. Later, standing on the observation deck where it all began, Heirloom spoke softly. "Mira, I wish I could repay you." Mira tapped her chin. "You already did." "How?" "You learned to soar again." Heirloom looked at her wings, whole, strong, radiant. And she understood. Humans didn't just fight monsters. Humans didn't just stand up to bullies. Humans fixed what the universe broke and taught others how to stay unbroken.